back, everybody, to the second part with GooglyEyes.
Hola.
We just talked about him going to college, how that was, how he was a quitter and moved subjects to to
I'm a quitter, man.
I'm a quitter, and also his obsession, his unhealthy obsession of collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Fucking loser.
I'm not horribly obsessed yet, but I am gonna buy myself a dual dicks for my birthday. I'll be showing off. Hey, girls, the dual dick stays on during sex. Ladies,
Dude. Oh yeah. I wonder if that's actually ever worked on.
no, of course not.
I mean, you never know. You know, there's fucking weirdos out there that are into the most
I want you to
shit.
talk to me like Kai Baseto. Call me a third-rate duelist. Rip my grandfather's favorite card in front of him.
Oh yeah. Rip it up. Rip it like he does. and I want you to hold the way that his Yu-Gi-Oh's grandfather holds the Yu-Gi-Oh cards when he's like, here, take my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he's like fucking shaking and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck did Kaiba do to him? Like, why is he like?
I don't know. It was never really explained that well in the anime. I guess they explained he was like taking it back. He's an old man. He saw some virtual monsters that he thought was really real, and maybe just gave him a bad heart attack or something.
I mean, he's a fucking card player. He owned a fucking card shop. How do you not know? How do you not keep up with this shit? You know?
I don't know. Maybe he just cares. Maybe he's old fashioned. I don't know.
I mean, they did
don't ask questions that you're not prepared to answer for.
I mean, they did show in the beginning in the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh and whoever the other blonde guy was playing at
Joey.
School. Yeah, I don't really watch the show.
Hey, I got myself a Red Eyes Black Dragon. You want one?
Dude, the only thing that I remember mostly from that first episode was the stupid marking that one girl did.
Oh, Taya?
The fucking
Taya with the little friendship marker thing?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking this shit's not gonna help. Like we're literally about
this
to
will help
die.
us, all right, Taya. Good thinking.
This fucking stupid bitch.
Bada bing, I'm Joey Wheeler.
Oh my god, dude, that had to be the most stupidest fucking.
That's typical for anime, though. It's all about friendship.
I know, but I don't watch anime
especially back then
anymore. You know, like so. But watching.
I mean, you never know. It may actually have some supernatural power that we don't know of. Maybe you, me, Prismo, and like, I mean,
dude, if I
Shouts here should do that. We all four of us should like get a marking on our hands and be like, this will keep us together.
You really think
our hearts,
dude? You really think that they like if we four ever like did that? You really think that one of us would draw a fucking smiley face? No, dude, fucking one of us would draw a fucking penis on our hand.
It will likely be Prismo. He will do it 1 billion%. He will do something like that.
He's like, oh, here, let me draw friendship so that way.
Yeah, man. Let me draw our friendship.
We're gonna end up with the right nut. You end up with the left nut. But yeah, that. Okay. All right, enough about Yu-Gi-Oh. For now, is there any new interests that you have right now that like have sparked up?
Aside from Yu-Gi-Oh and obviously playing games, the only thing I could think of, I can't really think of anything right now. Actually, I was interested in collecting figurines, but like I just don't have the space in my house. Like I have no shelves or anything. I have very little room to carry anything like that. I have amiibos, but I stopped buying amiibos a while back because they take too much space. Yeah. Cards are so much easier to store.
Yeah.
That's why I collect cards.
I only have one figure, and that's of the Batman Who Laughs.
I actually have a funny story. Actually.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm willing to share it.
You tell.
It was okay. So this happened this year actually, earlier this year, like in January or late December. I forget which, but it was around that time period. So I was participating in the Secret Santa or White Elephant thing with some friends, and we were given it was a Secret Santa thing. So I was given a person to send a random gift to, and that's what we did. So I sent a friend of mine some bread slippers. I'm not sure if I told you this story before, but I'll share it with the folks out here. I sent them some bread slippers, and that was it. That was my Secret Santa gift to somebody. But then I didn't know who my Secret Santa was, so I had no idea what they were giving me. And Now, I had no idea if it was coming or when it was going to show up. I had no knowledge. I didn't even know I was getting a gift. But it came without my knowledge. It came in an Amazon box. My mother was there, and she picked it up and opened it because she orders a ton of Amazon stuff from my account. So whenever she sees something with my name or if it's from Amazon, it's usually hers. So she opens it up.
Mm-hmm.
She opened it up without really thinking much of it because she thought it was hers or one of my stuff.
Right.
Well, it was kind of mine, I guess. She opened it up.
It was yours.
She looked inside of it, and I was with my brother in the living room because we were doing something. And she said, "Son, is this yours?" I look over, and my heart sank. I was completely blindsided. It was a anime girl butt mouse pad thing. I'm like, oh my god. I'm not gonna tell you the character because like I don't want to talk about the character. But it was an anime girl butt. It was a butt mouse pad. Okay,
I'll put the image up in the screen, but since
it was a butt mouse pad, and I still have it. It's still in the bag because I refuse to use it. It's weird. So yeah, my mom was looking at me, smiling, almost laughing at me, and I was so embarrassed. I just ran around the whole house saying, "Who sent this to me? Who sent this?" It was one of my friends, Jovic. That jerk, man.
Is that his actual name or?
It's his username.
Oh, okay.
But he was my Secret Santa. He sent me a freaking butt mouse pad because I told him about my.
And you don't use it.
I'm a more of a posterior man than a breast man.
A breast man. And you don't use it even to this day, right? I
don't use it. I live with family, for goodness sake.
Where is it right now? Like, where do you have it?
It's in like in my little storage thing with some where I put all my amiibos and some extra boxes I don't need for storage. I have yet to open it. I refuse to. Even if I live by myself, I still feel weird using it, even if it does look comfortable for my wrist.
I wonder. I've always wanted one, but there's never any ones that I'm interested in. But
my friend Jovic is still mad at me though for not using it. Like he said, I spent good money on you. Why are you not using it?
How much was it?
I don't know. Probably like 40, 50, maybe less. It's a bub mouse pad. I doubt it was that expensive. Yeah. I think it was probably at best $30, $20. I don't know, but I'll say if you want to show an image of it, go ahead. I guess right. People will be like, "What a loser!"
I figure I have a little laugh about it. No, I bet they'll be like, "Why aren't you using it?"
That's so like, "Why aren't you using it, man?" I can't, man. It's too embarrassing. I'm like, I feel like a weirdo. Like, ugh.
So, going back a little bit, well, not as far, just to a year ago when. The whole pandemic. Yes, the pandemic started. How was that? How did it affect you?
Man,
or how did you find out about it first? We'll do how did you find out?
I knew about the virus for a while now. I was looking at the news reports from what was happening in China the whole time since like December. I was like worried. Really? I hope this doesn't get worse than it already is. I hope we're prepared. And sure enough, we weren't prepared, even with plenty of warning, and it just got out of control.
Yeah, like I didn't know anything about it until like almost.
Yeah, I just stumbled across because I was on Twitter and I saw an article about it. Like, and sure enough, it got worse and worse as time went by.
Because I didn't find out about it until like literally a week into January. That's when like the major.
That was like the last month I had. That was the last month I hung out with all of you in person.
Yeah.
And that was the last month I went to a con with Prismo and Sheltier.
Yeah.
It's been too long, but once the vaccines are here, we take them, we rest, we can finally hang out in person.
Yeah, dude, I want to.
I really want to see you guys again in person.
I mean, if everything goes as well as.
Yeah, hopefully by end of May, everyone should. Most of us should hopefully have gotten our vaccinations.
Yeah, like I'm planning on. My plans are to get it on April, and then just be good in May. Being able to hang out.
Yeah, you might need 2 doses, depending what vaccine you're getting. If it's Pfizer, it's 2 doses. If it's Moderna, two doses. If it's Johnson & Johnson one, that's 1 dose.
Yeah, I I have no idea,
I got
dude.
the Mondera one, so I have a second dose I have to go to a month.
Okay. Yeah, I might be going to the Johnson and Johnson one. Such a funny
It
name
depends.
too.
I mean, it's hard. Whatever they offer you, doesn't matter which one, take
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Don't wait for
I don't
another
give a
one.
fuck at this point.
Just
I don't care
just
if it
take
does have
whatever they
chip in
offer you.
it.
If it's Pfizer, take Pfizer. If it's Mondera, Mondera,
Yeah.
etc. etc.
But after you learned about it, did you think it was gonna get as crazy as it
No,
was?
I thought we could have at least done some good like stuff,
Like
but no,
prepping?
of course not. Of course, America, America.
I mean, when I heard about it, I thought like, okay, it's just gonna be like the swine flu or
Oh
the
no,
H1N flu or the Ebola crisis.
it was infinitely
Yeah,
worse.
dude. Like I thought it was just gonna be like those previous ones and just like, okay, it'll just be here for like
No, the difference
a
was
couple
this
months
one
or
was
a
far more
month.
contagious and airborne.
Yeah, dude. Like it just got it really hit hard in March and April.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
Yeah, dude.
awful.
Like everybody was talking about it. Even fucking news, like
Yeah,
like
it's
not
just
related
the
news,
reason
were
why it
talking
got so
about it as
bad was
well.
because of the government doing a terrible job and trying to properly add in mandates for masks and guidelines and better restrictions, and
Mm.
just people in general being really dumb and stupid. Like so many people refused to wear masks and made a big deal out of wearing a bloody mask. Like why? Why is that a political thing? It's
I can't. I
designed to
mean,
cover
they
your
can't
face and
breathe.
nose to protect. You can breathe easily for those things. And if you're having trouble breathing through a mask of all things, maybe you shouldn't be going out at all.
Did I ever send you that meme of like of a lady that she's like if they can fuck in these, then you can breathe in this, and the top image of was a bunch of furries in their costumes.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? They as funny as that is,
I don't know
they got
why
a
people were
point.
so dumb. Like why were they so dumb? There were so many videos of mostly white people
Yeah.
adamantly protesting against wearing a mask. Some were saying, "I'd rather die of COVID than ever wear a mask."
No.
Like why? What are you trying to prove? Like who? What?
You're
Dude,
protecting their freedom,
you're
googly eyes. They're
what
protecting their
freedom?
freedom.
You can still
I
go
don't
out. You can
know.
still breathe. You can still vote. You can still watch TV. You just gotta stop doing these minor common things for a while until things calm down. So what if you can go to the fucking theater or get a quick haircut? Boo hoo! We're in the middle of a pandemic of a contagious disease.
It's funny
Wear a
how
mask to protect yourself and others.
it's funny how like in between the recording session from last time you were like, I don't want to be too political, and now here you are.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why people were so dumb. We could have been done with all this. We could have easily been out of this so much sooner if everyone just followed the rules and wear a mask and social distance. We
Yeah,
could have been near done with this months ago, really, or at least it would have never gone nowhere near as bad.
yeah. Just I feel like we're not gonna get out of this until like maybe 2025.
Yeah,
You know?
2025.
Yeah,
I mean, the
like
virus is. I mean, the vaccines are going to put an end to the pandemic, but the virus will never go away. It's going to
oh
be.
yeah,
It's going to be the flu. We're going to be getting regular booster shots for the flu and for
yeah,
COVID, on top of everything else.
yeah,
There's no way we're going to get rid of this. It's too late.
yeah. It'll be just like a regular flu shot every season.
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be.
every
It's going.
flu
It's
season.
going to be. You're going to have an extra booster shot now.
Yep.
That's all that's going to happen now. Get used to it.
But how did
Main thing is
you?
the main thing. It's not a pandemic anymore. It won't send you to the hospital.
Oh yeah, yeah. And after the major part, like from March to April, like went by, the biggest hit,
Yeah.
where everything was just like no, like just
Oh,
shut it all down.
it hit hard, especially for my schooling, dude. Halfway
How
through
was
the
that?
semester in spring, it was all indoor. It was all in-person classes for the first half, but because of the pandemic, everything
Right.
had to go. We all had to completely change our complete scheduling and lessons to make it digital. There was a production class that we were going to do some actual productions that we had to cancel those. We could not do those because of the pandemic. So what we did instead was just make some pre-production plans, how we would have done it, what our plans were, what our script would have looked like, what kind of actors we were looking for, the wardrobe, the set map, light room maps, all that. Just the pre-production stuff, and that was pretty much all we did for the rest of the semester, doing that kind of stuff. we never got a chance to actually record these. We would have if it wasn't for the pandemic. And then after that, I spent the whole summer indoors, barely doing anything, just playing games, editing, and just doing nothing. Rarely going out at all, only in case I really have to. And then for all of winter, I had classes again, but they were all online.
Like, I know I asked this question to Sebastian in the previous one, but since his was since he was still in high school, and I
Yeah, it
still
must have been
yeah
much
he still
different. It was definitely different and
yeah,
harder for him for sure.
and I know he told me that that it took them a while to be able to transfer over virtually because they had fucking no idea
Oh yeah,
of that
so many.
shit.
It hit a lot. It hit schooling. It hit business. Even
Yeah.
video gaming. So many games had to be delayed by
Oh,
months, if
dude,
years, because of it.
we'll get to that, the gaming
Oh,
one,
gaming. We gotta talk
especially
about gaming. I have a
biggest
lot to
one,
say about gaming.
the biggest one. But
Oh yeah.
and I'm pretty sure everybody here already knows which one we're talking about, but we'll get to
Oh.
it hopefully. But going to back to the since
Uh-huh.
Sebastian's
Yes.
was in high school, but yours is more for college.
Yeah.
How was day one after they told you guys that what did they say, or what did they do on that
Well,
day when you
we
guys
just
were in
couldn't be
school?
in. We couldn't go to this. We had to go online only. We had to stop going in person. There was just no option. Even if we used masks, it was just getting really bad here in California
Hmm.
for a good while, and we had to obey by the rules. So we started using Zooms. We had to do online conferencing
How
for
long did
actual
it take
classes.
for you for your college to
It
transfer
it
from?
was slow for sure, but I think they definitely got it done faster than high school would have done it for sure.
How fast was it, like, for that transfer?
I don't
Do you
know,
know?
maybe
Do you
like
remember? Like from the day that
I mean, it
they
was
shut
quick to
down the
get. It
college.
was quick to get into online conferencing. People learned how to use Zoom, and people knew what Zoom was.
Hmm.
So that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was just for professors to get used to having to completely change their plans
Oh yeah.
to fit an online environment. Because some of these courses were designed specifically to be mostly in person,
No,
but now
definitely.
they had to completely change. Other classes were easy, so they could just simply just do this at this time, But
Hmm.
others were much more difficult.
And was it how was, like, day one on the Zoom classes with you? Like,
It
were
was
you
pretty
like?
unreal. We were all just sitting. We were chatting mostly. We did learn,
Hmm.
but it definitely was very different. It felt like a chat room, you know. With webcams on and all that, you still
Right.
learn and whatnot. It was still a virtual learning place. It definitely felt very different. It was like I was watching a video.
And were you one of those people that left their camera on, or were you one of those people that always had the camera off during this, their
For the
course?
first semester, like at the beginning of the spring, I didn't have a webcam, so I
Hmm.
didn't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
But for winter, for the fall,
Hmm.
our professors required us to have our webcams on,
Were there
so I bought a
any
webcam.
were there any objections?
No, not really. It's just for
No.
some people who have bad internet who can't really use the
Oh.
webcam too much,
Oh, okay.
so they were excused.
Oh, okay. I thought they would be like, why
But
the
yeah, I
fuck do you
always
need
had
my
my
camera
webcam
on?
on. I sat it right next to my computer, and I just sat there paying attention, answering questions, and all that.
And as that went on, did it get easier for you guys, or was
Yeah,
it
it
still
became much
like?
more routine. It felt chill.
Hmm.
Like it made it didn't feel so. There wasn't as much pressure
Hmm.
usually. But there's advantages and disadvantages for everything.
Were there any, like, outside, because and I've seen I don't know if you've seen the videos online of, like, family coming in and
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I know what you
talking
mean.
in their native language,
That doesn't
and
happen
then
often. That
not
didn't happen to me too
understanding,
much.
that I'm in class, mom. I'm not
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
gaming or watching YouTube.
Whenever that came to that, I always warned my family ahead of time, like, hey, I'm about to have my class. It's gonna be for about an hour or two. Please, if you're gonna come into my room, please knock and make sure it's important. And it's
Mhm.
usually my mom coming in to grab something that she needs, or she's delivering laundry or something. It was really small, nothing major. And then whenever she had to talk to me, I just quickly muted my mic and turned off my webcam for a second to talk to her, and then
Mhm.
turned it back on once we were done talking.
How about with
It was really
everybody
cool.
else? Was there any, like?
To my knowledge, not too much.
No?
It was mostly a lot of people's pets coming up to them, bugging them, like their dogs or cats mostly.
Oh, okay.
But nothing extreme from what I've seen. Like nobody's mother's coming through half naked or something, or them or having a parent arguing in the background or having a
God,
little
dude.
small kid come in and take the webcam and run around with it or something. Nothing like that.
And now that you know correct me if I'm wrong, if I misheard wrong. You say that you're taking a semester off, right?
Yeah, currently for this semester.
What made you
because
decide that?
because the other classes require because the other I need two. I only have 3 classes left, but 2 of them require in person, and I'm not going to be in person and risk myself getting infected during this pandemic. So I'm gonna wait. But I'm still contemplating. Should I continue or should I just quit? Because I just want to go edit. I've learned everything I need. The last 2 classes I really don't think are going to help me what I want to do. I've learned everything else I needed, but that's something for me to decide and figure out.
And during this time, that's when you really got into collecting cards, right?
Around there.
Oh, okay.
Because I just want to collect cards. I fell in love with Yu-Gi-Oh again, despite years of not doing anything with it. For years, I started watching the anime again, and I started collecting cards again.
No,
and I play with friends
started
sometimes
watching
online.
anime again. Yeah, I haven't.
I watched the sub though. I do watch dub though. At least of the first series, not GX and 5 and beyond. GX
Yeah,
is horrible.
I couldn't.
The dub is horrible for GX.
I couldn't get back into it.
It's parody almost.
Like I tried with I know a show that one friend that was really into back in the day, maybe.
Yeah.
But the Full Metal Alchemist when HBO Max was released, I tried getting into it, and literally when I clicked on it and it started, I clicked out like literally within like a second or two, and I'm like,
really?
No, I can't.
Full Metal Alchemist is a really great anime.
Oh yeah. Like I've seen one of the movies. I don't know how many movies there are on it, but I just couldn't do it. Like I
guess maybe it's
off.
just not your forte. It's just not your taste.
Yeah, like I was just like.
I mean, it's fine. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not gonna be like,
Oh,
how
no.
dare you? It is the greatest anime imaginable.
I know how you are already, but I just couldn't have myself do it. Like I was like, I can't.
I mean,
watch
I
it
understand. That happens to me too. There are some animes that are popular or video games that are popular that I don't hate it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
People have their taste. Not everything clicks.
And speaking of video games, what
What?
what was one of the most hyped up video games that you wanted to get play from last year?
From last year.
Yeah, we'll go through like the top 5, because
okay, top 5.
Because the first one,
there were a
I
couple of
pretty much
games.
know.
There are some games that I want but haven't gotten yet. One of them was the Mario 3D All Stars collection at first.
Oh my god, dude! Yes.
But then I realized, wow, it's half baked. It's such a bare bones collection, and it's $60 for this nonsense.
I mean,
Heck
I
no.
still
and then
got
it's gonna
it.
and then it's gonna disappear at the end of this month. Heck
Mhm.
no, I'm not gonna support that kind of business tactic. Even
mean-
even if I love Galaxy to death, I'm not doing that.
I mean,
I have standards.
I got it digitally, and my sister got it, physically.
Yeah.
And the only reason she got it physically was because she was going to be able to sell it later on in life, and I'm like, yes. So yeah.
She knew.
Yeah.
Scalping. Hustling.
But that was one of them, right? One of the
Right.
hyped up. Did it live up to your expectations?
The 3D All Star?
Yeah. Or did you not play it?
I didn't play it. I didn't buy it. I refused to because it was dumb. $60 for that? It barely has anything. The Sonic Dream collection for the GameCube was a better Celebration collection than that. It had so much extra stuff beyond just the games.
the only
there was
reason-
comic pages. There was videos. There was so much. It felt like a true celebration for the anniversary of Sonic. This is so bare bones. It was missing Galaxy 2. You can't have Galaxy 1 without Galaxy 2. And it had nothing else. No like special concept arts. Nothing.
I mean, the only reason that I got it was because I wanted to replay Sunshine again.
Yeah, Sunshine was fun.
Because
I played a lot of Sunshine. I played all 3 of those games a ton as a child.
Yeah.
I grew up with those, but I couldn't.
It was just a while since I got to play Sunshine again, and I was like, I gotta get this so I can play Sunshine.
It's a great game, but there's some really dumb design choices in that game that really, really pissed me off.
Oh yeah. Well, what about your next one, the fourth
Demon Souls remake?
Demon Souls. I never
played it. I loved it.
Oh.
It's a remake of the original game Demon Souls for the PlayStation 3 that came out in 2009.
Oh, it looked beautiful.
It's the game that it was the game that From Software made for PlayStation as an exclusive.
Yeah.
It was the predecessor to Dark Souls.
I mean, I never played any of the Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Demon
Oh,
Souls
they're
games,
fantastic. I played all of them except for Bloodborne yet, but
but
I played all the others, and
comparing
they're fantastic. They're
mhm.
hard as heck. They will cause frustration, but they're satisfying to beat. They get good at.
But the comparing the from the remake to the original of the Demon Souls, when I looked at
Uh-huh.
the trailer back and back, I was like, Jesus, this looks
Well,
incredible.
obviously, it's two different generations
Yeah,
apart.
like it was
It's a night and day
a lot
difference.
of
Speaking of
better.
generation, I have a PS5, as you know, because that's how I
You
played the
fucking
game.
asshole.
Yeah, I got lucky. I pre-ordered it off Amazon. I was somehow able to get a pre-order of this
Really,
damn thing.
Amazon, because
Yes.
they don't announce. They just like
Yeah,
drop it whenever the hell they
I
want.
was lurking, and I saw it, clicked on it, and I somehow secured it, and it
Damn,
actually
dude.
came on time on the day the console released.
I'm still
And
trying
so far,
to get.
thankfully, there hasn't been any major issues, crashing or
Mm,
weird defects or anything.
damn,
Any
you lucky.
problems? If I did have any problems, it will solve with some firmware updates the console releases.
Mm,
So it's been perfectly fine for me, thankfully. So yeah, I was able to somehow get a PS5.
damn,
The only
I'm
I have a
still.
bunch of PS4 games now I can play on it,
Uh huh.
but I also have some PS5 ones like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Demon Souls remake,
Hmm.
and that Astrobot game, and they're all fantastic.
I mean, I'm still, you know, trying. Quote
It's
unquote,
hard.
trying.
It is very hard.
Uh,
I'm one of the very few people that thought the consoles, the PS5 and the Series X,
hmm.
should have been delayed. They
Yeah,
really should have been delayed
yeah,
because
most
the
definitely.
pandemic made it harder for people to afford it,
Yeah,
and second, just stock. There was just none.
dude, and the
They needed to stock
fucking
up more. Not to mention
scalpers,
games
dude.
too.
The fucking
Scalpers were messing everything up left and
yeah,
right.
dude,
They messed up everything. Bots buying all the pre-orders.
dude,
That's why I was like shocked. I actually got a.
dude. I tried 3 times to.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a Series X for my brother, but every time I find out there's a Series X available, it's already out.
I mean, I
They
don't know
sell out.
how bad it is now because I literally stopped after the
It's
third
improved a
time.
little bit, but it's still pretty hard to find one.
Hmm. Like after the third time, I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. Like this is just
Right.
draining me. So I'm not gonna do anything until April. But now that I've been looking a little bit more into it, not as much, but it still seems like
Yeah, it's because they're
not
going through
getting
some
better.
type of like the manufacturers are having trouble keeping up with stock. There's some type of shortage happening
Yeah,
right now with some disk drives or not disk drive, flash memory or something. I don't know, something that's causing all these consoles
and
to
now
slow
I'm
down a lot
like,
in
I gotta
production.
wait until maybe Black Friday. But then again, it's like I can't do that because it's just gonna be the same shit all over again.
Just have the money on standby and just
Oh
occasionally
yeah, I
look.
do.
Just be on the look for. Follow
Yeah,
some Twitter accounts that do like, hey, this is available, like Wario64 on Twitter, for
yeah.
example. Follow
But
those people.
but at the
You're
same
gonna
time, it's
they'll let
like
you know when there's pre-orders and other stuff available.
at the same time, it's like come with the Xbox and the PlayStation. I'm still waiting upon the Nintendo Switch Pro or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
Yeah, who knows what it's gonna
That's
be.
that's the one I really do want
I want to
because
get it too, but I want to see if it's a big enough jump for me to buy a Switch again. Because
oh,
I
I'm
have to
still gonna
do
buy
all
it
the
regardless.
then I have to do the annoying data transfers from my old Switch to that
No,
for all
no.
my data.
I mean, don't you have the cloud on it, or do you
Yeah,
know?
but it's with Nintendo, nothing's ever easy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Mm,
When it comes to online stuff, Nintendo's the worst at it.
no. But yeah, that I'm just waiting on that.
Yeah, no,
So going back to the your top five, what was number
yeah.
3 for you?
Number three. Besides those two,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think here. What came out last year that I was hyped for that I was either able to get or couldn't get because of other issues?
like
Age of Calamity, Legend of Zelda.
oh yeah, that was
Great.
no wait, Age of Clan really.
That
Oh,
Hyrule
right.
Warriors thing.
Yes. I did.
I was,
Did you enjoy it?
it was, I was very interested. Not super hype, but was very interested. It looked really fun. It'll definitely fit the need for people who want Breath of the Wild stuff until the sequel comes out sometime, whenever.
Yeah. Did you ever get it or no?
I have it. I just never got a chance to play it because I have so many other games. I'm currently in the middle of playing, finishing up Spider-Man and Crash Bandicoot 4. Speaking of 4, that was my other pick, Crash Bandicoot 4.
Ah, okay.
Because I fucking loved the trilogy back then. Oh,
Oh
my
yeah.
god, those games. Especially 3. 3 was, oh!
Oh my.
3
dude.
was my... When I had a PlayStation, besides an N64, that game was perfection. One of my favorite games on the PlayStation, by far.
How about number two? What was your second?
To think here, so many games last, despite how bad things got. I guess will have to be, um, shoot, Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
I'll, it's not so much. Doesn't mean that it was good or I was happy with it. I haven't gotten it yet, but what I've seen, it looks fun enough. But it's still not the same Paper Mario I want. I want something like Thousand Year Door or the original 64 one.
Yeah,
Those are the Paper Marios I want.
I never played any of the.
Play the first two for the N64 and
Yeah,
GameCube ones.
Those
Those two are the best by far.
Dude, I didn't know they existed until another channel, a gaming channel that I watched, played it, and that's when this whole new world of Nintendo opened up.
Yeah, I grew up on those two games, and they're fantastic.
Serious? Like,
there's those two Paper Mario games are amazing. They're really those two are amazing. Those are really good RPGs. You should definitely try them out.
They're good. I mean, they look really entertaining, and
it's very entertaining.
Concepts.
The writing's funny. The visuals are really cool and nice. My favorite one's still Thousand Year Door, but the original 64 one's still pretty good too.
That one looked very interesting. The gameplay was very different, kind of like rock paper scissors turning based kind of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
And what about the first one? I'm pretty sure I can guess.
It was Cyberpunk. Yes, let's get this out of the way, people. Yes, I was hyped for Cyberpunk.
I mean,
I did not buy it. Thankfully, at launch, I was contemplating it because I was like, "Oh, this looks so cool," and then we all know what happened.
Yeah,
it completely was a disaster of a launch. Oh my goodness gracious! I thought Anthem was bad. I thought Fallout 76 was bad. No Man's Sky was bad at launch, but this takes the cake. Yeah. Oh my gosh!
And it's still
pretty bad.
I know last time you told me that they accidentally sold or someone took their
someone hacked into their servers and actually stole the source code for some of their games, including Cyberpunk apparently, and sold it for millions.
Yeah, has that been fixed since then?
I have no idea. There hasn't been any development since then that I know of. CD Projekt is not having a good time ever since Cyberpunk with development. I learned more about the history behind the game's development, and really just looking at it, man, this game had everything going against it, bro, because of how dumb the leadership was during this time. They were making the worst decisions possible. And it sucks. This game had so much potential, but it's just
yeah, and a lot of people
this game really needed 2 more years of development.
And a lot of people were blaming the pandemic at first.
It wasn't. The pandemic definitely contributed, but trust me,
because
there was already a lot of major problems with this game even before the pandemic was even a thing. When was the game
announced? In 2014 or something like that?
2012.
2012. Jesus.
That was when it was the first announced, but it didn't enter full development until 2016. Because they were too busy with Witcher 3 and some other stuff.
I mean, why would you
announce they pulled a Square Enix, announcing the game way too bloody early. I'm looking at you, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15.
Damn. I know Kingdom Hearts was an entirely different thing, but
Final Fantasy 15 even worse.
But yeah, dude, when I got it, it was a shit show. It was really shit show.
It was buggy beyond comprehension. If you got it for the base PS4 or Xbox One,
no.
At launch, it was practically unplayable.
Yeah,
resolutions lower than 3060p. Frame rates dip it down to the tens.
When I say luckily, I got it for the PC. And I didn't even know it was dropping because I kind of all right, it's not going to come
PC was
out.
the best version because that's the version they prioritized.
But
it's still not perfect. There's still there was a good amount of bugs still in that version, no doubt. There was a lot of weird issues with it too.
Hell yeah.
But even with all of the bugs, looking at reviews and looking at the gameplay, there's so many design choices that are just bad and half done. I mean, the police system.
I know it wasn't gonna live up to what the
me either. But I was expecting some type of game of this modern era. This, with all the bugs and issues, while considering those, this feels like a game that was released back in the early days of the PS3 and Xbox 360.
Oh yeah.
Because some of the stuff is very dated. But even then, games from PlayStation 2 era was doing stuff a little better than this open world game, which is crazy.
Wasn't it meant to come out for the PlayStation 3?
Well,
almost.
no,
Or
no. It was announced in 2012, and I don't know. They didn't even know what they were going to design it for. But I'm pretty sure they always had PC as the primary target for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But then because of how long the development was and wanted to release it to as many platforms as possible, it just became a shit show. The whole development was an absolute shit show, and the only ones to blame are the leadership at that studio / company.
Yeah, dude. They're gonna
Yeah,
have
not
to
the
go
not the
through.
poor souls that worked their absolute asses off doing all the coding, the animating, and drawing, and all
Yeah.
that stuff. They worked as hard as they could to make the game as good as possible for the players, but it wasn't enough time and not enough direction.
Yeah, they have a lot to go through to get their credibility.
Oh yeah,
With
their
with
perfect
that,
clean image is forever shattered, and even
with
if they
that
put
one
the pieces back
game.
together, it's always going to be a permanent scar right there, dude.
Yeah,
It's a
dude.
permanent scar that's never going to leave.
Like I wonder what they're gonna come up with next.
I don't
Or
know.
if
All
they're
they
just
got.
gonna
Well, how
work
about
on.
actually not just fix it, but actually finishing Cyberpunk? How about that?
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Did you know they also planned a multiplayer mode for that game?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder where that development is going right now.
Well, first we have to find out if they even got their game back before they're able to do that, any of that shit.
I don't know. All I know is that everything's a shit show for that game right now. And by the time they actually get it fixed, no one's going to care anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody would have moved on. I'm glad I didn't buy it ultimately. I was thinking about it, but thank God I didn't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
I was close, but I hesitated just enough.
Dude,
Thank God I did.
When I
If I did bought it though, and if
Uh-huh.
I got it from my PS4 Xbox One before I got my PS5, oh my God, I would have got an immediate refund.
I wanted to get a refund, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I just gotta play all the way through. Maybe there'll be something to pick it up. And there was only one moment where it did kind of like I was like, oh, okay, now it's starting to get good.
Yeah,
and
there
that
are
was
some
only-
good stuff about it. I'm not saying it's a complete shitty game.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
actually some really good stuff about it, but it's just so much stuff besides the bugs are just like half done or like poorly executed.
Yeah. Then going back to the only place, or the only part that I actually felt like I was like, oh shit, this is actually getting good, was when they introduced John. I was gonna say
John Wick.
No, when they introduced,
Even he couldn't save that game. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like
Wake
when they
up!
introduced him.
The city hasn't rendered yet.
Yeah, when they introduced him and we got to play as him, and with his gun and the one hit kills and all that, I was like, holy shit, this is good. This is really good.
Yeah, it's all right, but man, those cutscenes with some of them are really weirdly done. Like
Yeah.
it just constantly cuts and fades to black for no reason. It just looks sloppy.
Yeah.
I think the problem is this game should have not been in first person. This should have been a third person game.
Yeah, dude, I was so
Because I
disappointed
hate
on
the
that.
cinematography in this game. Because it's all in
Yes.
first person, and it really hurts. Just like the atmosphere, the emotion of the scenes.
Yeah,
Like
and
some work for
was so
sure, others are just
annoying.
they don't work at all in first person.
the only way that you're actually able to get first person that I remember was getting
Third
on
person.
a bike. You get third person.
Yeah, on the bike
Yeah.
or looking at a mirror for some reason.
Yeah.
Which mind you will still glitch out and you'll see yourself become bald and or naked. Especially when you're riding a bike. You'll be
Oh,
T-posed naked riding your bike with your balls hanging out.
But yeah, dude, like I just ended up like just forcing myself to play all the way through as
Right.
close as 100%, like doing all the side quests and everything as much as I can do, and then just to feel like I got my money's worth. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm done. I just need to play GTA now, and I did. Like after I got done, I uninstalled it and I installed GTA, and I was just having so much fucking fun with GTA. I was like, oh, this is so fucking good. and then I was like, when is the next one coming out?
Probably never.
Yeah.
Because GTA 5 makes too much money online for some reason. We're
Yeah.
never going to get a 6.
Well, maybe we'll get a remaster of the remaster. We
The
can only
remaster
hope.
of the remaster.
Maybe we'll be able to see the grass better.
Yeah, it's the grass. You can see the pores on Franklin's face now.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I was hopeful, but nope. I hope this serves as a valuable lesson to people and the company itself that
yeah,
keep your expectations tempered and always keep a lookout for this nonsense. Doesn't matter how good of a developer is, you cannot tell a game is truly good or complete until the game actually releases. No matter how many trailers or demos it release, never know.
Oh, that's the time already. We already went over a minute. But again, thank you, Googly Eyes.
No problem.
For
I hope
being
you all
here.
appreciate my rants of everything. Hopefully, I'm not too much of a weirdo for all of y'all. And if you ever want to invite me again, I'm more than welcome to join you again in the future.
Of course, you're always welcome. Just keep your gayness to a certain level, okay?
That's defamation. I'm going to sue you. I'm suing this podcast for $1 million. I'm
I don't even make money on this shit.
gonna spend every single bit of it to Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I'm gonna send you all my duplicates and coffins,
No,
my common coffins.
But again, thank you so much for being here, Googly Eyes. I
No
hope
problem.
it wasn't as boring or as
Oh no, this was
entertaining.
enjoyable.
You know, like
I got to
next
vent out
time-
some thoughts, just talk.
Yeah.
I like this.
Next time will be, we'll get more. You'll be able to have freely to be able to talk more about anything that you want.
Yeah.
I have
We
a
should
few
definitely get more
things
people on here
planned.
too. It'd be
Oh,
nice to
yeah,
have
yeah.
more. Well, it would be nice to have more people with different opinions, even
Oh
if
yeah, that's
they
what
clash.
that's what I'm planning
It'd
on.
be good to bring
do
more
soon.
discussion, as long as it's civil.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't get like, "No, you're an idiot. No, you're wrong. You're wrong."
Dude, I would want that so bad just to see, but hopefully that doesn't
that
get
would
too
never
heated.
happen. At least I hope not. I
So
don't want
much-
your little show to ruin whatever friendships I may have.
So much editing that I have to do because someone decided to say something they didn't want to. But yeah, like I am planning on having more people join more than one video
One person,
or
yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But first, I want to be able to get to introduce everybody that as
Yeah,
many people
yeah.
as I want to, or I'm planning on. They want to do this more,
Right.
for this. But yeah, but that's until way.
So,
way later on.
if I may ask, who's your next hostage?
Oh, it's either for a Prismo or a friend that you guys don't know about.
Ooh, mystery.
But again, I don't know. I have to ask both of them to see. Hopefully,
Yeah.
maybe I can get your brother on here as well. Or no, well, yeah, I would want to ask your brother to see if he wants to be a part of this
Maybe,
as
yeah,
well.
you can ask him.
And also maybe out of if it's not my friend that you guys don't know or Prismo, it might be Sebastian's brother next. Like I'm planning on doing an interview with him.
Yeah, do what you do. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just get wherever you feel like getting on if they're able to. Obviously, the weekends will probably be the best because
Oh yeah.
free on the weekends.
But yeah. But again, thank you, Googly Eyes, for being here. I hope.
No problem, man.
any
I had nothing else to do
questions?
during this quarantine moment, so.
But yeah, next time you'll be able to speak more freely. And
All right,
if anyone
awesome, man. Can I
in the
leave your
comments-
basement now? Can you let me out?
No, hold on. All right, I gotta get the key. But if any people have any questions for him for a future episode that that I can ask, that you guys want to ask him, we can do that. But that'll be way further down the line. I just don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah. All right.
But thank you. All right. Bye,
No
everybody.
problem. Bye-bye.
Start with like you take me for granted.